All right, everybody, welcome to another What Grinds My Gears here with Moto-Tech. We're at Birmingham at Moto-America. We have
Max Flinders,
Courtney,
Jeremy Simmons.
all right here. Max is the Max Flinders and Liquid Moly and Thrash Bike Racing Superbike racer. Always places in the top 10.
Most of the time.
I was gonna say 95% of the time. And we have his owner Tim. He's right behind the camera and everything. So I'm gonna ask a few questions when it comes to racing here. So now you're in the Superbike class. Now, what do you feel are the good points and the pros and cons of going from Superbike when you were super stock and then your previous racing at different levels there?
I say the pros are definitely there's more customability with the bike. You can play and make the bike really yours, so it handles better for your personal riding style. The cons is when you get into the Superbike, level, you're up against the other Superbike teams. So, I mean, those guys got their bikes so dialed in, and we're just starting to break into that. So it's difficult being up against those guys and pushing the boundaries and like getting to where we can be. But I love it. I love the extra horsepower. I love pretty much just going faster. I like all the customability and stuff. It's also we get more TV time, so it's good to build up my fan base and go from there.
Okay. So what did you, as a super stock racer, what did you start with? You're making a model of your bike, and what did you move to?
We started with the EBR, which was awesome. I absolutely loved that bike. It was so much fun. But the first race, I crashed and destroyed it, and then EBR went out of business. So we had to mess around, and we were like, what bike do we get? We were looking at Ducatis, looking at Suzuki's, looking at Yamahas. At the time, the new Yamaha just came out, and it was the bee's knees, right? It was the best bike out there. Ducati we couldn't run because it was too expensive. The Suzuki guys told us if we tried to go Suzuki, we needed a big wallet, and we don't have that. So Yamaha seemed to be the way to go, and been on Yamaha ever since. We've just been building up parts and pieces and stuff. So we have so much now. It makes no good reason to change. There's a lot of good bikes out there and stuff, but we're gonna stick Yamaha through and through.
You hear that, everybody? Suzuki was more expensive than Yamaha. All right, so all you people in Mobile that want and say I just ride nothing but Suzuki because it's cheap, it's really not cheap. So I want to add a little bit on the little side here. Courtney is Max's girlfriend. She goes everywhere he goes with every race. How is it being a girlfriend of a superbike racer, and what are the pros and cons of being riding around with him?
Are you good?
Pros and cons is definitely seeing parts of the country that I've never got to see before. So it's been about 2 years, about to go on 3 years, and I am honestly so stoked. Tim actually gave me a new nickname. It's called Team Roadie.
Team Roadie.
Which I don't know.
She's a groupie.
I'm still trying to get used to it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I love helping out. I love meeting fans. Fans are the best part about this, and how much they care and they attend to Max and his needs. So definitely something that I'm glad I hopped on the ride for.
You hear that, girls? If you want an easy life of being on the road and traveling, just be a racer's girlfriend or fiance. Talk to all the guys out here. They all have like super hot girlfriends and fiancés. And guys out there that are riding on the street, you think you're fast. You're not fast until you have girlfriends and fiancés like this, okay? And also, Jeremy, what do you do?
So I'm a Stock 1000 racer. It's my first year on Stock 1000. Rode Super Sport last year and a couple years before that. Had a couple years break before that, and before that I was running Super Stock 600.
Nice. And how do you like the super stock level?
It's fun. It's my first year racing the big bike, and it suits my riding style a lot more. I started riding motocross, so the kind of point and shoot style of riding a big bike fits me a lot better. Plus the power is it's intoxicating. It's just so much fun. You come out of a corner, you're going down a long straightaway, and the bike actually goes.
Yes.
Like a 600, you're sitting there like, come on, let's go.
You're like putt-putting along there. You're like, oh my God, is it ever gonna get to 50?
Right.
Nice. So when it comes to super stock, are you able to do the modifications that Superbike is allowed to do, and can you race in Superbike being in super stock?
So first question, no, we cannot do the same modifications as Superbike, which is good because my budget's even smaller than Max's.
They're all independents here, minus the factory teams.
My bike is actually almost completely stock except suspension and exhaust. Nothing's been done to the motor. It's 100% stock off the floor motor.
And what do you ride? Sorry.
Oh, I ride a R1.
What year?
2019.
See, he's got one of the newer ones. And they say they have small budgets. Come on now. Nice. So what do you think are some of the, I have a lot of motocross guys down in Mobile. They ride on the street a lot, but they also go to the tracks out there, out on Outmore, and then Robbie Bobby's area in Pensacola, and then they got Loosedale stuff. Going from motocross to riding Superbike on a round track, because there are a lot of drag racers, and there's a huge difference between that crowd and my crowd in that sense. Do you see any pros and cons differences between the two, or what can you bring from the dirt to the track?
Well, a couple of things that you can bring from the dirt to the track is learning to let the bike work on its own. You just let the bike do its thing, let it get loose, and just relax, and everything will be fine. A big thing that it taught me racing motocross was starts. I can get a start out here like probably nobody else on the grid. If you watch my starts, I'll move up 3 rows. It's the rest of the race that I'm not so good at. But that's definitely, if you watch my body position on the bike when I do a start, just like motocross.
Nice.
The way I feather the clutch to let it out, just like motocross. And it works great. I just told you a couple of secrets there on how to start out here that I'm not supposed to tell anybody.
No worries. Guys, don't tell anybody out there in the YouTube world, okay? And which is nice, because I mean, you're actually hearing this from pro racers here. Max is back. We'll have him sit down here. And the sense is that the same thing that we teach when we're coaching on the track, you know, with SCT or TDW or any other ones out there, we always tell people, when you come to the track, you learn what you're doing to the bike and not letting the bike do for you. You're overworking yourself when the bike is actually meant and designed to do the work for you. If you can relax, you know, like these guys are saying, and let the bike actually work, it's going to make you a faster, safer, more aggressive, and a better rider out there. And I think Max would kind of claim to that as well. And if you ever see him, you know, us older guys, we got a little bit of belly. This guy's like flat stomach. He can lay on a bike, and it's almost like he's sleeping in, in a twin bed out there. He's so tucked underneath there, but he's so relaxed that you just, you don't see any tenseness on him out there when he's riding. Even when he crashes, he rolls, and he's so smooth when he rolls. But here we are on that one. So, well, we got the bike back. He's coming back after that one. His dad's rolling in. I want to thank Max and Jeremy and Courtney for jumping in on a small session here. And we'll hop back a little bit later. We're going to have Vinny from Liquid Moly, so we can describe the difference and why we have different oils, why the Superbike guys run specific oils in their bike, and the super stock guys, because it does make a big difference on what kind of oil you run and how often you change it. So thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, please post comments on the bottom there. And thanks for watching another What Grinds My Gears.